a guy that has an exciting future.
Nick Richards ball handling, and now McGowan feeds the rolling Richards for the one-hand stump.
Get better, boy. He's done a great job with his body.
Right now looking to pick up Nembhard, who thought about an inside drive. Instead, it's a three-pointer. Missed, but an offensive rebound from Terry Taylor.
Play against Ja Morant at Austin Peay.
In the OVC, there's a block that time, but it's Richards. Right spot, right wired in that trade as well.
Exactly. So Halliburton, Hield. Obviously, you've got Mathurin, who's a big-time shooter. Duarte. I do like Jackson. Nice pass.
On the back door, unable to finish that time, Tyshawn Alexander, but it's Kai Jones, and that is blocked by Richards. Down floor, it's Figueroa putting a little shoulder into Duarte. McGowan's on the drive, had nowhere to go, and turns it over. Dwayne Washington Jr.'s first shot of the afternoon's a three.
Ohio State's finest.
Williams missing. Terry Taylor takes down the rebound. Nembhard with the basket.
22nd defense efficiency. They've got to get stops. They've got to be up to win some battles on the defensive end.
McGowan's lines up a three and connect. Back to Kai Jones at the door. But I think Kai Jones, to me, is the most interesting, because here's a guy who really didn't put his heart and soul into basketball until late. I mean, he had moved from the Bahamas to the U.S. in hopes of being an Olympic long jumper, I think it was, a high jumper, long jumper. And of all people was DeAndre Ayton, fellow Bahamian, who said, you know what, you might have some skills to be a really good ball player. To say he's got a lot to learn at this level, but has so much potential.
Length, athleticism, and want to.
Oh, right there. Nice hesitation by York, overcooked the rim though. Richards and one, Zhang the reach-in. Manek was 4 years at Oklahoma, then played for the Tar Heels last year. Turnover, Zhang, left hand, pretty finish. Nice hesitation, step back, dropping it in for Benedict Mathurin. Turned himself into a lottery pick with Indiana. Power dribble, Isaiah Jackson rejected by Nick Richards. Out in front, L.J. Figueroa.
That's exactly, he's got to understand. That thing goes to Duarte, he gets a step in wide open three, but he's going to be a good player. Nice play there by Jones.
Yeah, Jones pulling his way down the lane and sticking it in. 3-point game.
He's pretty good.
We'll see. Could be some news broken in this next 10 days here at Summer League.
Personally, I would hold on until I got exactly what I wanted.
We're 5 for 14 in the first half, and Terry Taylor takes it to the rack and opens the second half with an Indiana score.
Good size, can play on and off the ball. Pretty alert defender.
Got 8:48 to go in the third quarter. McGowan's on the floater, scores and gets knocked down. A chance for three. The free throw. And Isaiah Jackson comes up with the loose ball at the 8:40 mark to go in the third. Mathurin, weak side stick back. And a really good run as a coach at Detroit, in Dallas for many years, and now on the rebuild in Indianapolis.
And you know whose staff he was on in Portland?
Good opportunity, had a great draft, and you know we're still working on things. This guy that understands how to do his job, and he doesn't make mistakes.
It's exactly, we were talking earlier, guys that know who they are and how they win, as opposed to want to be someone that they're not.
Absolutely. You can easily just make it all about you and create your own reality. And so, you know, getting guys to buy into team and what that means, a big deal. 15 games of the season with a toe thing, but he's rehab back. He's worked with us. We had 3 optional weeks for our young guys in the spring. He was all about, you know, style and all that kind of stuff. And you know, you mentioned Ronald. He's as talented a young coach as I've ever been around. He's got a great future, and he's coaches to develop. But it's a place where deals are made. You know, more deals are made in person in the NBA than over the phone in a lot of stoppages. And you know, the adjustment this year to eliminating the, going to the official's ability to go to the.
So the rest of the guys are fits and role players. And if you get the right guys that will buy into that role, you could have a guy that can really impact your team in terms of winning. I thought he competed defensively. I thought he was good. I thought Jabari got into the flow. I'd like to see him play a little lower and on balance.
Chet Holmgren, we were talking to some of the Oklahoma City people earlier today. They couldn't give us the 100% as Kai Jones slams it down. 2 years old. When he was on his draft tour, before he even got drafted, it was interviews like that were wowing all kinds of general managers, and his game backs it up.
He's got a maturity about him, and it's the way he played in college. That's the way he's carried himself since he's been in the league. He's a 22-year-old leader.
Still remain. I mean, T.J. McConnell is still a part of that team. That's a veteran who's been a role player and bench player and has played really well even in times when he's been.
It's hard to see. It's hard to watch. And you were there, and you said it was fairly graphic.
It was, yeah. I was looking away when he went down. But it was hard, as it always is with any injury, and waiting for paramedics to come. And, he signed a two-way contract. He's got the ball in his hands right now with 3.5 minutes to go. Going to make a run at the hoop. Get 2 more on the ledger for Mathurin. And I'm sure he's here, and if he is here, I'm sure he's scouting. No doubt about that.
And Ed Cooley said that it was the best teammate he's ever coached.
Indiana rebuilding after having its worst win percentage season since the mid-'80s. Duarte against McGowan's nice little matchup here in the final minute of play. Nembhard way downtown knocks down the 3. Most people did.
I left my feet. They couldn't make a bad choice. I think that's the big
they were in
thing.
a great spot.